Very important for all of us who are health aware to understand when we're coming to these conferences to have a good sleep. Because we try to recharge our battery during night and to be ready for next day, to learn something, to hear something, to share something. And generally, our span of focus is about 20 minutes. Even if it's the best presentation like mine, after 20 minutes, our brain getting tired, focus a little bit going in different directions. And I will ask you time to time to just stretch your body, because body is very nice vehicle to use time to time. Don't forget that it's not only your good intention to help, kind of like important things in healing. You need to work on yourself daily, second, minute, hour, depends how much time you have. But we living now in one lovely hotel here, and I saw lovely people this morning in Spa. We have nice conference in Spa. If you miss it, sorry. We have discussions about quantum medicine in Spa, fantastic talks, exchange of experiences. Just to give you a hint that we're learning on different way in every single second or minute if we know where to focus or where to open our senses to work. Today I will try to keep a focus for a while and to give you, good morning, and to give you some experiences that I have in this field, and probably you will learn something and to apply for your patient or for yourself. Always starting for yourself, because if we choose to help somebody, if ignoring ourselves, we are on the wrong path. Why? Because in bigger picture, we decide, or we are created to be in position to decide, to do this job. To help somebody is a big gift. And we are all gifted here. And we need to purify these gifts every single day. I learn from skill a lot of stuff, and I grew up a lot of things learning through skill. I grew up learning through the experiences with my patients. I grew up searching different directions. I travel a lot, and everything is happening by synchronicity, not by coincidence. And I will give you just a little bit my background, and I will go to subject. I'm a medical doctor, and I study medical field for 6 years. After that, I studied Chinese medicine for 3 years. And always in life, we're having these kind of challenges and quote mark coincidences. After university, I had no job. I coming from the ex-Yugoslavia, time before war. Waiting at home, you know, doing nothing, quote mark, nothing. I find some book about Chinese medicine, and I study Chinese medicine by myself. And I discover this beautiful field, beautiful knowledge, which is still alive and for 4,000, 5,000 years old. And I try to understand now, wow, I learning something, study something 6 years, and now different approach about same thing. And say, well, let's go to expand my knowledge. And I went to school again. And after this, I studied different fields, aromatherapy, biochemical remedies, and so on. Other fields, crystal therapies. I was included in this group of people who are doing dowsing and these things. And really expand my knowledge on different directions. But big things happened in South Africa, 2001. I had a few lectures there. And I was literally pushed to see a lecture about QXCI. On that festival was different kind of presentations in same time, and I need to choose which one to go. And a friend of mine who is organizer of this festival He said, well, one guy had computer can do Chinese medicine, you know, and acupuncture and this stuff, and so on. So, okay. My knowledge about computer at that time was email and read newspaper. That's all what I know about computers. That's 2001. And in that time, I doubt which lecture to go. In other room was a friend of mine, close friend of mine. Unfortunately, he passed away. He talked about magnetotherapy. In that time, I studied magnets and so on. I said, I need to go there. He's a good friend, good guy. I like to support him anyway, to learn something too. But organizer told me, friend of mine, go there. And now I have kind of doubt, okay, I like this friend, I like this friend, what to do now? And I have a very smart wife, and she said, well, let's go to organize ourselves, go there, I will go there, and, we covered. Okay? And I was kind of like bad student in the class, and I went in last row there, just this class to pass by, and was a lovely doctor, Charles, and he talked about QXI, and whatever he said, mentioned, makes sense for me. But I was impressed, like all of you know, about the richness of this program and easiness of accessibility in different directions. And I was amazed, my mouth was open all the time. Okay, what's going on here? Nothing is new, but how computer doing these things? And how life creates these stories. I came after presentation to thank him for a beautiful presentation. And he said, oh, Dr. Igor, you are again here in South Africa. Okay, your presentation last year changed my life. I said, wow, what I did, I mentioned during my presentation about crystals, crystal therapy, acupuncture, and so on. And I mentioned one case, maybe 2 sentences. I saved the life of one guy who was in coma stage, only with acupuncture and crystal therapy. And just was maybe once a little note in all presentation. And I mentioned one crucial word for him. Said, it's not necessary to open skull to see what's going on inside. We can access it indirectly. And he said, well, he's a very conservative doctor, medical doctor. Few weeks after, his son had a traffic accident, fortunately or unfortunately in a bigger picture. And he said, first thing which came in my mind, he was in semi-coma stage, don't open skull. Only just check it, is it bleeding or not? We don't need to kind of open skull like ashtray. That's very complex system here. Brain is most complex material in this cosmos that we know. And we don't need to play physically. And we can access indirectly with acupuncture and crystals, energy healing. In that time, Dr. Charles had big challenge in his family, and he changed all belief system about medicine. He found acupuncturist in Cape Town, did treatment with him, and during this period of healing, he went to see first time QXI. And he was amazed that like everybody had this experience. I started applying this QXI in the life of this boy, and boy went out of this mess, energetically getting help. And now I'm coming year after, and he had a big smile, and telling me, he said, your lecture last year changed my life, I'll get good. Hopefully this lecture will change your life. And really change. 2001, I started to be QXI lover. I lived in States at the time, and went to first seminar, second seminar in LA, and so on. And I'm seeing people they're talking about, they don't know what they're talking about. Because I'm egoistically to say, I have a lot of knowledge, but also I'm seeing gaps, obvious gaps. And I start to search. I like to see more. I like to learn more. I like to live more. And I went in different conferences. I travel all over the globe and learn gems from each presenters, from Penny, from Balla, from Alex, from other guys around. Okay, and start to see how we can support each other. How can we do this community functional and use this beautiful device that we're having. And we're seeing development last 14, 15 years. You know, it's just amazing to be on this path of pioneer in this kind of field of medicine. This skill helped me a lot, like help you a lot, to grow up. Today I will talk about strategy of healing, my favorite subject, because I'm seeing kind of like big need of all of us to understand strategy, because we have different patients with different background, different culture, different belief system, different IQ, different smartness or stupidness, okay? We need to access them to help them. And strategy will helping us to distinguish from the beginning how to approach this subject of healing. How to approach somebody who is in need to be helped, but to not do any big harm, to not overwhelm our enthusiasm. Sometimes less is more, like we know, through skill. We know to do a soft touch is necessary. Sometimes a word is enough. A word is very important for you to use. Don't hide yourself behind skill. Because you are a human being, we have this vehicle, we have this master here, we have words. Everybody who comes to you, remember you. They don't remember screens. They don't remember what you're telling them, 80%. They need major steps to remember. How we remember, generally, all of us, we have different way of learning things. We are dyslexic or not. We have short memory or not. We are all different. But what we can remember is pictures. And I learned when I was in kindergarten, pictures. And I remember them until today. They are like little puzzles in our unconscious, and they are there to help us when we need them. And today I will use some pictures. Some of you know them. And I like to repeat them because they're so beautiful, so helpful. Because you will have somebody in front of you, they need to remember this. First thing, we need to establish with everybody way of healing, what healing is. First word that you need to tell your patient, you cannot buy health. You cannot buy health. You can pay for treatments. Depends on your budget. We can make some strategy for this. But you cannot buy health. That's kind of how we are trained in our brains. I'm going to doctor to buy health. How much? Boom, boom, boom. I have insurance. Boom, boom, boom. You have numbers. Boom, boom, boom. You know, doesn't work. We are stuck. We don't buy health. We're just paying some money, believing somebody will help us, and so on. We're giving a lot of power for people who think they could help us. But we eliminate responsibility and growth of patient. Responsibility is necessary to establish, to give power for somebody, not to make him go, I don't like to do a job, you know, because they think, if I need to do so, you know, why am I paying you? I'm drawing always a sign of Mercedes because I don't like this car. I'm just using sign because they're a very expensive car. Okay, but I just using sign is beautiful, you know. And can be helpful to understand concept of healing. What we can do, like therapist, is 1/3 of all process. That's how I'm repeating always this sign because it's easy to remember. That's what patients also will remember. Everybody remember Mercedes car? 3 fields, okay? And so you can explain them, draw them for them. All what I can do is 1/3 of all process. All healing process. That's all healing process is presenting by this sign. Process, yes. That's what you do as a therapist, with your knowledge, with your experience, with your skill, with everything what you have, you can only work on this third. That's your job, okay? You learn and you study to fully file all this area here. But other third, second one, belong to your patient to work on her or himself, to follow your instructions, to Google knowledge, to follow your directions, okay, to work on themselves, to do exercise. Simple things. I'm teaching people to breathe. Okay. We forgot to breathe. Oxygen. And just make fun of it, you know. Just make them pictures. Say, please close your mouth and nose for 5 minutes in front of you. And they say, why? Just do it. And when they do it, they will remember. Because they know verbally, oxygen is very important, blah, 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 blah. But say, please close your nose, close your mouth for me now, and keep as much as you can. And this is a memory. Now you're establishing memory in somebody in front of you that oxygen is very important. Telling them about first breath coming in this world, first inhale coming in this world is painful experience coming here. Tough life. But one day we need also to exhale to go in another dimension. Depends on belief system. Tell them you need to breathe. Every single oxygen, every single molecule need to go in your every cell from top to toe to feed you. What is cell? What is tissue? Is like car. We have engine inside. Without oxygen, we cannot burn anything. We can put the best petrol, best gasoline, best whatever, best nutrition, but without oxygen, we are always on the beginning. That's what we need to do, exercise. That's needed, we need to breathe. People, they're getting point after closing nose and mouth. Now, you can use your knowledge, and I will share today with you what you can do for yourself and for your patient. You are knowledgeable about autonomical neural system, how important it is to balance in our body. Sympathicus and parasympathicus, they are key balancer of our functions, physiological functions in body. How can we access them? In a simple way, breathing. I'm doing yoga time to time, you know, and there's nothing new for me, but I learned through yoga. Imagine this is nose, we have nostrils here. We have left side and right side. They are different. They are different in how they're producing flow of air in our body. They're different because they stimulate our body differently. Very important is to have a free flow of breathing through nose because they are directly influencing autonomical nervous system. Some of you know, maybe through your experience or your experience of your patient, when they have deviation of nasal septum, this is wall in middle, or some congestions, they have heart palpitation. They have heart issues. Heart issues could disappear very easy if we establish good breathing. I had few patients with these nasal issues, really bad degeneration. So it's necessary to physically to establish this flow of energy through the nostrils and just follow what's going on. Heart palpitation disappear, big heart shrinking, and so on. Just fixing free flow of air, chi or prana through nose. Left side and right side. Left side of our nostril is stimulative for our body. Right is calming. We have one simple exercise that you can teach every single patient, kids they like it, to breathe left and right during the treatment or doing when they like to do in the morning, 2-3 minutes, to establish flow like this, like settle. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. About 7-8 seconds terms, and you need to tell them, breathe smoothly, don't hear yourself. Continuously inhale, continuously exhale, but don't do excessively like, okay? Simply exercise to help lot of stuff. Starting from the emotional, mental things, rhythm of body, you can establish with breathing. Simple exercise for all of you is to breathe. Try to invest in this little 3 to 5 minutes per day, and you will improve your health enormously. You can be in a hotel, you can be in, like today in a conference, you can be at home, you can be in the field, you can be in factory, you can be in hospital. Try to find 3 minutes somewhere and establish your breathing. I'm working with some, using very nasty word, deadly rich people, this simple exercise, because they like money and they're always under stress. It's okay, it's good to love money, you know, but don't be in love deeply because you're losing yourself. You know, just try to start to love your breathing, to calm down. When you have your conferences, you have your talks, you have your meetings and so on. Keep your center. Autonomical nervous system is one of key patterns to establish with breathing. We have, of course, other exercises, but they are so simple, this one. If you need coffee more often, what you can do, because your adrenals are a little bit depleted, we can increase pressure. That's second exercise. With breathing through the left nostril excessively. You will close the right one and breathe excessively like when you're running, like this. Just observe me, please. For 10 times. And you will see blood pumping in the head. Today, we will do it later when we drop down. Okay? Just kind of to have your experience. If you get shock, excitement, something that you need to calm down, use the right side, close left one, use the right side, and breathe again smoothly and deep as much as you can. Left one is to remember left lift, left lifting you. Okay. Right is calming. That's all belong in this our third here. Simple knowledge, simple applying. Strategy of healing is very important. Teach this person, get them lecture, give them little pictures to remember all life. Teach them to Google, do not be shy to Google, okay? Teach them to ask you, don't be afraid to ask you. I'm telling my patients, be free to ask. I have no any problem to say I don't know. But I will try to find. Somebody must know. Ego is very big things. We're not Igor. Ego. Ego is big things to work on because we're getting trapped. You know, trapped because we know a lot. Knowing a lot, giving us opportunity to help more, but also be aware about to not build up our ego. Or if you feel ego building up, twist joke. Twist joke about yourself. Okay, just to calm down. Because sometimes we're getting so self-centered, knowing something more than usual human, medical doctor or whatever, and we're getting lost, we're losing center. Keeping spirit high is necessary. I'll just come on this picture later on because a few years ago, I met lovely people in Italy, and one skill practitioner from Sicily asked me what awareness is. And I didn't plan to explain this subject, but somehow I got a click in that moment, and I like to share this picture with you. And also, I would like you to share with your patient. Imagine yourself today like one submarine. That's you. Okay? In this submarine is your physical, mental, and emotional body. Submarine, like submarine, is always, almost always underwater. And water is dark, murky. That's life. That's you. That's life. Going through the life, we cannot see further. We cannot see long distance. We can see short distance, short observation, about, for purpose of explaining picture, about 20 meters, let's say. That's what we can see from submarine around us. That's physical, mental, emotional life. But God gave us one little stuff here. Periscope. Periscope is our spirit, our awareness, our higher self connection. And just this little thing here, if we rise time to time above water, we cannot sail with this submarine because we can break this very fragile stuff. We can see from where we're coming from. We have to see 10,000 meters, just for purpose of explaining. We can see, again, some meters in front of us, but also we have option to see what is on the right side, what is on the left side, because the options to turn. Every submariner, U-boat guys, they know how important it is to see above water. Every human beings need to know to see above water, about daily life. How we accessing this awareness? I can freely write here spirit. Depends of terminology. That's meditation. That's belief system. That's whatever human is comfortable with to lift up. Vehicle of lifting periscope is meditation most easiest. What we can do, you can try tonight, just for purpose of exercising it and to explain later on your experience with others. When you lie down in your bed, in this lovely hotel, we're finishing the day, we are tired, we eat funny food or something, we relax, and just visualize yourself in the space. Visualize your body, your hands, arms, where they are, how you keep them crossed, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just visualize yourself in space, and when you're comfortable and you're understanding where you are, position your body, just try to visualize what is the first surround around you. Your pillow, your slippers, your teddy bear, something around you. First meter around you. When you're comfortable with these first surrounds and you visualize, try to, from chest, lift up your visualization on ceiling. And just expand like bigger picture in 3D. Okay? It's so simple exercise. And try now, see your doors, where is your shoes there, where is your toilet, and what is in your room around. And when you're comfortable in 3D observation from the ceiling, go further. Go on top of hotel. Okay? But always be aware to see Google Earth. Okay? You have this exercise of Google Earth to see. And build up this picture in 3D and lift up as much as you're comfortable with. You don't need visa for this. You don't need any money for this. You just need to breathe. Okay? And build up as much as you feel comfortable. If you start to lose yourself, it's fine. Okay? And just slowly come down again in the chest. You can see your neighborhood, you can see position of the river, you can imagine all Budapest around, A few years ago I make Google Earth exercise for all group. Unfortunately I didn't for this year, and we meditate all through this experience. But try for yourself and teach your patient to build up this periscope. Because this mental, emotional, physical body blocking them to see bigger picture. Today I will show you how can you use its skill, and also you can combine this exercise too. Coming back to first picture. Education is key for us to succeed in our treatments, to educate us, to educate patient. And you know that educator, coming from the word, Latin word, and doctors coming from this word also. Knowledge and learning and studying is constant, never-ending story. And we are always updating. Updating, helping us to keep track, but also don't forget to simplify things. Desi mentioned yesterday about Eductor like jet and compare like skill like Volkswagen. I don't judging this observation, I just observing, but I like journey. It's my choice. I like journey from point A to point B. I enjoy journey. Journey depends of our awareness because we're working with people daily. Okay, and it's not for me to be excited about jet. For me, is to see how can I apply jet in my practice and to enjoy journey together with my patient. That's we need to work on technology, move on, but don't forget journey. One thing that you can tell your patient is about a story about mountain. A few years ago, in South Africa, my lovely country, South Africa, I have great experiences there. I had one lecture about Chinese medicine, and about dowsing, about geopathic stress, and so on. And I have mixed people, different culture, different religion, different belief system. And I talk about yin and yang Tao system. And one lovely girl, she asked me, said, I draw Tao sign, okay, yin and yang and so on. And she said, in my school, they say that's evil sign. I said, okay, they have a right to say, but do you believe in it? I don't know. I said, okay, that's good for you because you're a young woman, okay, and to hear different opinion about same thing. Because we have different group now here, we're coming from different countries, we spoke different languages, we eat different food, but we are in essence humans. All of us, we have human genes, okay? And we're starting from the different points. And I draw this mountain here, and I put on top circle. Circle presenting, we can call it God, we can call Allah, we can call it whatever, high spirit, we can call whatever we like to call. Let's say something that we're searching in our lives. But we're starting from different points, like human beings. We are born in China, in Serbia, in Iceland, and America. Okay, South Africa. And we're growing up, like or not, time passing by, but we're climbing on mountain, searching somehow to one day to reach this God circle. Okay, this person, different background, born in Balkans, wars around, okay, breaking these flows of growing up. I am one of them. We're not going zigzag, we're going around mountain. Somehow, we are here. Other person born in Germany, like my friend Uta. Okay, much easier life, you know, easier to study, easier to go, easier to move on. Going a little bit easier up, okay. Other person, so and so. One day, we met each other on same level. We're seeing from different points same things, and we can discuss what we had experience, searching higher energies or God. We need to just agree that we have a different point of view. We don't need to judge anybody. Everybody has own experience. It's not anymore we and they, We are all same, but we have different opinions, different directions, different observations, but don't be trapped in judgment. If somebody told us when we were 10 years old that all of us will have some gadget like this in pocket, okay, say, wow, it's not possible. Somebody seeing you on the screen 10 years ago in our lifespan, okay? That means miracle is possible in our lifespan. Just we need to be open to see, open to experience and accept difference. Your patient also need to be open for this difference and to be out of judgment. It's not evil sign, it's just one. Lovely sign which presenting dualism, philosophy, and so on. Different culture, different sign, different development. Acceptance is different, but we need to not be trapped in judgment. And we need to agree, we are reaching this point here, but all this growth, and today we're having these experiences to everybody around and to search for common senses. In strategy of healing, that's also important. The patient asked me about what is third hurt. That's what I'm putting in hands of God. Okay? If we're doing our job, we have more than half. We're having some kind of improvements. We're having some kind of like good sense of we're getting better. But God will help us when we are ready for it. It's not enough only to pray. We need to breathe. We need to move body. We need to drink water. We need to change our habits. Praying is not enough. Okay, it's like to driving car, and not changing gear, just starting the engine. We need to change a gear. Okay. It's not always automatic. Need some effort. That's one of the little pictures that I like to introduce you. And last picture before I start to work on skill, and I like it very much, because I will talk about detoxifying things. And I can use maybe this part here. I was invited a year ago to talk in front of students in Sorbonne in France. And we had lovely students there, and they heard about something I'm doing, magic machine, blah, 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 blah. And I know how students are getting trapped with this excitement. And my presentation talks about two frogs. And they look at me and said, what this guy talking about? Okay, they heard about quantum medicine, talking about frogs. And I told them one lovely story, and I would like you to share with your patient, because it's a powerful story, and will help you and help them to move on. Also to help to understand position of somebody. Two frogs, they are born in well. That's my little two frogs here. And they have good life. Okay, they have clean water, some mosquitoes coming around. They have fresh organic mosquito here. Okay, ecologically clean. Okay, but also they are safe. No kind of like birds to attack them and so on. They have good life, and time pass. They swimming. They have kind of boring, but it's nice. They have a little rock here to rest when they need to. And one night, they sitting on rock and observing and watching this hole, which is kind of like deep hole, a well, and they're seeing only 2 stars on the sky. And one frog lying on the back like this, and they said, darling, it will be much better if we have more of them. They're so beautiful. Other frogs said, okay, yes, they're nice. And again, life passed by. Okay, they're swimming, and so on and so on. One day, owner of the well came. One night, owner came and threw a bucket and grabbed one frog And for first time in life, frog is out of well. It was a very nice, clear night, and milliards of stars around. What's happening in the head of this frog? Two options. Excitement is there, but now is fear of options to explore, or I don't like this one anymore, it's too much for me. She can jump back in well and has own comfort life as much as she live. But when we are these frogs out of well, and if we recognizing stars and stars and stars and stars, depends of internal call, we will choose path. Observing yourself, observing your patient through this picture, you have people who are comfortable in the well. They don't like to move it out of it, but we need to accept them. Don't judge them, because it's a limitation in life. We are all different with our limitations. But somebody who is ready to move on, we can give them a hand to move out. I told this story for students because they are young people, and I told them, well, you are this frog here on edge, here. You have options to go in Lyon or Marseille or whatever to have your small life, which is good. But if you have something to offer for this world that we belong, and you have talents and so on, and to make somebody happy on the road, do it so. Don't be scared about it. Because some people need to push forward. Some people, they're feeling comfortable in a little well, but we need to accept it. Don't judge them. Okay. I think all of us, somehow we are here on edge. Depends where we like to go. Or back in, or go out. That's when you're having a stubborn patient. When you're having people who are squarey, limited to think. Okay. Give them this picture. Say, where do you like to be? Don't complain if you find something on the road. That's life. Move on, do something. But if you like to well, nobody will touch you. Okay, you will have a small life like it is, you chose it, but don't complain. Because people remember picture. They will not remember what you did on skier. Now we're going to our lovely gadget. And I will just give you some hints what you can do. And also one picture I forgot, sorry, because I promised Diane yesterday. Because I invite lovely friend today. Actually, I have two friends, lovely friends that I invite. And I'm very inspired by them to be here. Because we talk about skill and spirit and so on, can we somehow access it? And you know this picture, probably, but if not, I'll repeat. That's you, therapist. That's patient. That's skier or Eductor or whatever. That's a triangle that you need to create. Don't put skier here. Skier here, wrong, delete. Why? Because accessing this data, we easily getting to hide ourselves behind screen. Bigger computer, even you can physically be behind it. Bigger screen. Okay. Skier is tool, fantastic tool, but it's not master. This fantastic tool, just tool, gadget, fantastic software. Okay. Don't put between you and patient, because you're losing this interaction. Patient seeing you. You can show him screen, it will be wow, and what, I don't know. Lot of things going on, you know, and they're leaving your place confused. They remember you. You need to keep your spirit high. Before you start with doing your treatments, Make your ritual. There's investment of 1 minute, 2 minutes in your place that you work. Light a candle. Pray if you are a religious person. Whatever. You need to keep your center and line in good directions. Because working with people who are coming with their already out of balance, you need to be on the spot. They need to trust you. How can I trust you if I think you are kind of out of shape? You know, maybe it's your good intention to help me, but okay. Work on yourself. Don't be lazy, please. That's you. That's patient. Skill. But have somebody else there too. Which is Diana. Higher spirit. Okay. When we're lifting up our spirit, I will now making in 3D this picture. Okay. Therapist and patient. That's connection which you're establishing with technology to see all these interactions, multidimensional interactions. Just allow things to work in all directions. Because if you're projecting in the space your emotional blockage, whatever it is, fear, anxiety, anger, whatever, of course you're interrupting flow until a certain point. Me, like patient, I'm feeling it unconsciously. Somehow it's, okay, this technology is kind of rubbish. Because you projecting if you're not working yourself. Higher spirit is all over the place, okay, but we can access it if we are aware about this interlinkness all the time. That's how we can be a successful therapist. Sometimes one treatment can do job. Less is more sometimes. We're getting excited about how many buttons we can press. You know, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. We are lost. We forgot we have human next to us. They need a word. They need encouragement. Compliment. You know. You can just say patient time to time, say, wow, kind of you changed something. I don't know what's happening, you know, but you changed something good, you know. That's more powerful than all treatment you're doing. Because they need people, we are social beings. We need this interaction to establish. Today I will work on detox program, but I will not focus on physical detox. If you expect detox on physical level, I will just talk a little bit. What I like today to focus and to give you little directions to think about is about physical, emotional, mental, social, spiritual, social and environmental detox. All together. Imagine body like one exotic tambourine with few strings. Every string present or mental, or emotional, or physical, or spiritual, or social, or environmental stressors. We just need to observe all together, holistically, to access and to see what is necessary to be done. Seeing only a physical level is not good enough. It's important, but it's not good enough. We need sometimes unleashed this emotional, spiritual rubbish and to put in trash. To allow the body to release physical toxins. We just separate these strings to understand it, but all they're working together because we are quantum beings. They're all together harmonizing this instrument. They're all together creating song. We cannot ignore one and to work on everything else. Because we're playing on strings and somehow harmony doesn't work. We have beautiful tool to allow us to see these things and to accordingly to go there. I will be free and I need your permission to work on ourselves today. Can I do so? Please raise your hand. Who is against it? Democracy. Okay. That's, I will put our group today in subspace to see what we're projecting. Okay, because we are human beings. Okay, we have our energies, we have our weakness, we have our good things. But let's go to see, like we people who decide to help others, where we are, what we need to work on. I like this tambourine. Very important one. And your patient need to have tambourine too, to remember picture. Because we always have this but question. I can do it so, but. And just make this picture say, but is a second string. Can you work on this? But we have also a third one. Okay. Because on that way, people with moderate intelligence can understand. Okay. Just give me a second to start this one, and we can keep going on. Tomorrow we have lecture in swimming bath there, and guys, you miss it. Good one. I need, I think, to make this screen smaller. I need some up. Is it projector working, sir? Oh, coming, it's just warming up. Is it big enough? Yes. With little help of my friend. This is my gadget guy. Can we small a little bit or something? Yeah, just to be visible.
Because the projector changes the...
Okay, I can go this way. Anyway, just Bala will help us today writing here because it's good to have somebody next to it. If I make some mistakes, he can help me also. I'm human beings, I'm making mistakes, I don't... Okay, what we can write here, because I like to be excited about writing here. We can write here a group of skiotherapists a group of nice skiotherapists. That's what the rise of nice. That's important. We need to encourage ourselves, isn't it? Now we forget to kind of like pamper ourselves, you know, it's a good. A group of nice skiotherapists, how do you call it conference? Skio Educator Conference, Budapest. Okay, we just need to be kind of playful with this. Nobody pregnant here? Okay, we will see. We will see activities these days, kind of, who knows, both, please. Number of organs, we don't need to put anything, we don't know. Just kind of go synthetic drugs, we don't know. Time smoking, we can put kind of like, how many of us who smoke? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put 3, 4. Okay, because we're putting like people now. Steroids, we don't know. Somebody's pumping self with these nose things. No. Okay. Amalgams, Any metals in mouth, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay, we just putting here kind of randomly. That's just keep fun. Drugs. 1. 1. Put 1. Put 1. And allergies. Any allergies? 1, 2, 3. About 15. Okay. Unresolved mental factors. about is above. Okay. Responsibility for body. Okay, I think we're getting about 7, 8. Ah, okay, 10 is fine. Amount on fat. 4, 5. Okay. Okay. Personal stress. Is anybody stressed these days? Highly, highly, nobody highly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right about 7 there. 7 there. We can put job or school stress and struggle with self. Put high. Interpersonal stress. Okay, just kind of put there. Okay, struggle with self. Self is interesting because a question that I like to ask my clients is that, well, when you are alone and you're feeling tense without any apparent reason, oh yes, that's struggle with self. When we start to kind of too much over intellectualization and thinking and analyzing, but without any trigger at moment, I know. Put 5. Okay, nobody is sick. I don't think so. We are kind of in good shape. We are in good shape. Put 2. Put 2. Okay, sickness 2. Family stress. We are okay. We have good people. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, and sleeping right here 10 immediately because I know people don't sleep generally good in hotels. Do you know how can you protect yourself when you're traveling? You have a lovely device which is named Quint. It's one little memory stick. And you just plug it in your USB, and that's spreading a nice vibration around you, about 40 square meter. And it's beautiful, and I have it with mine. I'll show you if you like to. And it's really good stuff. I check it differently, different places, and different patients, and fantastic little device, you know, because we need to find technology which is working for us. Okay, and let's go on the left side, this middle screen there. Sugars. Anybody sugars in the morning? Cookies, something, 2, 3. Okay, exercise. Me, exercise, okay, right. 7, okay. Alcohol, 1. Okay. Caffeine, everybody? Are we caffeine addicted people or what? Few coffees. Okay. Radiation, I think all of us has telephones, computers, blah, 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 and okay, let's kind of put a high number there. Okay, infections. Okay, injuries, traffic accident, broken legs, something, few. Infections, big stuff, 6, 7. Okay, water per day approximately. A few glasses, 10 glasses. Okay, right. And overweight, okay, we have a little bit kind of more, put 10 kilos overweight. Like a group. Not me. Okay, I'm just kind of playing here just to give you a little bit kind of a light here. And I would like to go this focus on symptoms on top of demographics. Focus on symptoms top of the diagnosis. Okay, okay. Input symptoms type. Okay, that's what I like in my practice to do it on beginning when I having somebody coming first time. Just allow them to consciously to be part of this experience, and you will click accordingly here of all little buttons what you already discussed with your client, and they will tell you I have pain in elbow, whatever, you know. But what you can write here. Major disease, you don't need to write only disease, you can write symptoms, concerns, whatever is particularly for this client very important. And I will write here for our group, let's say, what is our concern? Do we have any concern? Okay. Concern about learning about detox. Okay. That's our concern.
And problem with sleep?
Right? Problem is sleep. Insomnia. Okay. You jump on mouse, okay. Yeah. That's this part of skill is just to play, and also when you're writing there, a computer will concern and add this data later on in searching, and pay more attention about this area that you put there. Of course, it's conscious mind. And people, they're forgetting things, you know. If you ask them about tonsils and appendix, you know, they'll remember later on. So, oh, I remember I operated appendix, you know, when I was 5, you know. Doesn't matter. You just come with this conscious mind. They're allowed to forget. It's part of us. Okay? And let's see calculation. Down, 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 down. Okay. Close. Okay, new patient, and we are born when? A few days ago. just right there, Budapest, and we're going through this. You don't need to write anything there. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. Just kind of, it's good for us to, on this general complaint, when you're having this time for talk with patient, good question is, you know, what's your main reason to come to visit me? You know, people, they start to give you diagnosis immediately. I have this, I have that. No, say, what's your main reason? Okay, my wife twists my arm to come. You know. So, my wife twists my arm to come. You know, just kind of people, they have different idea about what doctors is today. But we, like a guy who can play with this information, allowed us to play. Because only to write there, my wife twists my arm to come, you will allow patient to really tell you what's going on. Keep things lightly. Beautiful proverb that we have in skill. Actually, that's from Buddha talk. Take things lightly. Take things lightly helped me a lot to calm down. Because sometimes buzzing with information in the head that I have, that helped me to not ego take over. Because we need to kind of change gear and reduce our expectation, reduce our penetrating in life of somebody. Because we can do it very fast. Take things lightly, always. Even if it's a big issue, take lightly. Access lightly. If it's light things, access lightly again. And you can find a way which is best way to approach. Okay, close, and we're going to calibration, but we will not calibrate now. Now I will do it, so thank you. Thank you for helping, Mr. Bella. Just to give you one little hint, I like to do it when I'm doing these treatments. I don't calibrate at the moment. I'm just trying to close this. And I'm going to test, and I'm going to power setting. I'll maximize power setting. Activate quantum indeterminacy field, and I will do it a few times. Intensify same field. What I like to do, actually setting computer to be more sensitive. And I'm repeating this 6-7 times just to pick up vibes as much as possible. And also, I will activate a positive conscious field. You can follow me? Okay. I just like to be a computer more sensitive. Okay, yep. Giving more option, let's say, and after I'm coming back to calibration. Just a little bit kind of switch this calibration and test because working on this way. If I'm doing patient, I will do it calibration and after here. That's fine. It's okay. Now it's all involved. And harnesses, computers, and skills, and tray, and everything. That's all included now. Like when you're going in hotels, you're getting this all included. During calibration, of course, we know pick up electrical field, but now working subspace, we eliminating this material world. We're doing more on a theoretical level. During calibration, I still talking with my patient, discussing about certain subject, but during test, kind of like to calm down and meditate and pray for me and him or her. That's about 3 minutes. And later on, we're going to open this lovely gadget and to see, regarding our subject today, where to go, what to do. Strategy of healing is important to not miss some steps and go, because we're getting excited about, particularly detox, because toxins, they are not naive substances or naive things to work on. We need to face them, call them by right name, and move on. But also to put in awareness of patients what they can do. That's affirmations for. That's affirmations for which keeping people like doing push-ups. They're doing push-ups for unconscious. Exercise for unconscious is to do affirmations. I always telling my patients or giving them like present one little notebook. You know, this kind of funny notebook with flowers and so on. Beautiful notebook. And the title of this book is, nice one, is My Daily Achievements. That's a good gift. You can write your logo there, whatever, if you have a nice clinic and so on. And to give like present for patient and give them pen even. That's present for you. What they will do in this book, they will write a few things. What's good happened for me today? That's one page. What's a good thing happened today for me? People, they say nothing because they have no periscope. Okay, because they're seeing underwater. Okay. But you need to teach them, you have periscope. Does somebody steal something from you today? No. Okay. Good one. Okay, do you have your space, your room, house? Yes, I have. Do you noticing that a lot of people, they have not house today? Yes, but, no but. Do you notice you have house? You have home, you have a shelter, nobody attacking you. Do you have maybe a fridge in your house? Yes, I have. How many people in this world have no fridge? Do you know? It's millions and millions of people. But, no but. Take your periscope above. Do you have maybe, sorry, yes? Do you have maybe water at home? Obviously, I have. I said, that's not obviously. Do you have hot water maybe? No, we are not aware how rich we are. We need to remind ourselves and people who are asking for help to understand how rich we are. Because we claim everybody else around for our daily problem. Let's start this one. Our daily problem, and we need to remind people to understand concept of life is so simple. We have freedom of choice. It's biggest freedom today somebody can have. We have freedom of choice to choose hot or cold water. We can even drink clean water. You know, just have in mind we can choose. Wow. You know, because we're getting kind of from granted, you know, that's okay, water, done. Drink, doesn't matter. But 70, I think, if I exaggerated, I think 70% of population don't drink clean water. And we have options, and we are immediately rich if we are aware about it. 70% or 80% of the body is water, and we can nourish our body daily with clean water. And we have, what's happened today? Nothing. You know, we need to teach people to work on all third, to understand they have options, to choose, to go left or right, front or back. But we, like people who decide to help others, we need to be really teachers and push forward to develop this part. When we push this patient to work on themselves, help them to work for themselves, help them to grow up, everything else is possible. It's not only press the button. I know you are aware, but it's good to be reminded. What we're having in our lovely group here, we are not so awful. We are bad, but not awful. Just like we're doing kind of big screen here, okay? We know about voltages and so we know about amperage, but we just exaggerate today through the group. What we need to work on ourselves, you can find later on. Just I will give you a hint about this one. Oxygenation transfer dysfunction. All of us know, we mentioned earlier about breathing, how oxygen is important. But we're having oxygen dysfunction. Think about few levels where we're losing it. First, amount of it. We don't breathing deeply. Okay, we're missing amount of it. Where oxygen need to go? Inhaling it, going in lungs, but from lungs need to come in blood, need to pass through the membranes of lungs and membranes of blood vessels. We have here mucus, like biggest issue today in Western world. Too much food mucus creating. I don't like to go in dietary and so on, but just mention few. Milk, sugars. Okay. Lot of sugars, lot of milk, mucus around. We're blocking normal passage of oxygen through the membrane to be grasped with blood and later on go in cells. When we have this oxygen transfer dysfunction, think about now in the blood, red blood cells need to grasp this oxygen and transport in cell where the cell asking for. Now we have few levels that we need to search where we're losing it. First, start with simple one, do exercise. You can find even for people who are I work with some sport people, they have oxygen dysfunction. They're running every day on this treadmill and so on, but not enough oxygen on the end of the story. Because they have bad nutrition or some other issues with the blood. They can't grasp enough oxygen. We need to observe this big picture. My focus is also on this number 1, vitality. Think about vitality to have like a good charge of phone with you in your need, when you need, okay, just to support, like storage. Okay, but when it's a low number, think about storage is depleted, and we need to first to charge storage to have in showroom enough energy. That's cellular vitality. Cellular vitality is also, think about life force on way we don't nourishing ourselves very well, we don't moving ourselves very well, or lack of oxygen. Acid-alkaline balance, we can talk a little bit later on, just to finish this test. I like to go now to this tambourine here, because we'll come in this area of that we can focus more on detox. Because few panels will help us to see where we are, where we need to go, what to do. Of course, I will drink more water now. until this one finish, just to give you an idea, I wrote one little notebook here. You can get there with Christy about Chinese medicine, about organs, about emotions, and so on. It's cute one to have next to your computer and study parallel. That's, I asked Christy there. That's a yellow emperor, my one of favorite presentation I did a few years ago. It's good to have and develop knowledge regarding Chinese medicine. Okay, we're coming to our tambourine. Where is the tambourine in our skill? It's here, on this blue panel here. It's there. Environmental, physical, mental, social, and spiritual life. That's our strengths that we need to work on. Okay, because we're working on group, we're getting this everything above 100. But when we work on a particular one patient, you will see one or more, they are out of 100. And we need to pay attention there, to search more in the directions. That's one of my favorite starting point in skill. So this way, I start to build up my strategy where to go with patient, to search. And according this, I can go deeper, depends how much patient can accept at the moment. I don't push more than what they can digest. But soft touch. First visit is very important to search and to develop trust. Trust is key. When I start to work on skill and patients coming to me before I using acupuncture and other treatments, and I start to talk about skill, doing presentation and so on, and they said, patients they saying, we have no clue what you're talking about, but we trust you. Okay, that's very important to have trust. Okay, to explain until a certain point to not overwhelm patient what it's all about. Talk about tambourine. Talk about them like orchestra. That's one of my bigger picture. Most often I'm using it. Said, imagine yourself like an orchestra, and we have a conductor here, and every single organ and part of the body is part of orchestra, and conductor doing own job, and we have nice melody. All these milliards of function doing a nice melody when we are healthy, but now some orchestra a little bit sabotaging story. Somebody is tired, somebody didn't practice enough, and we're trying to making harmony in orchestra, and somehow it doesn't happen. What Skio doing? Skio is other musician here, and you're sending your melody through these cables inside. Okay, and we can hear which or part of orchestra is weak, or tired, or toxic, or disturbed, or stressed. And now, with Skio, we can tune this melody according to your needs and send you this melody back and remind you, because you know this. We're just reminding you song that you learned in the first class of primary school and you didn't repeat for a long time. Because you have knowledge, every cell has knowledge, we're just reminding you. And people, they get point. Okay, what is Skio about? It's not kind of like frequencies, some difficult words and so on. It's melody. Nice word. Okay. And now we can see our melody where we're losing our harmony. We have here a few information regarding our demographics, allergies, mental factors, and so on. When people, when seeing mental factors, they're scared. They think they are kind of like some mentally ill or something. Okay, you need to just encourage them that mental factors mean we overwhelm our mental with something unnecessary things. We think too much about nonsenses and so on. You need to kind of play with this. Okay, I'm going to close this one. And I'm trying to play with this big screen that I didn't play before. Somebody can help me with this, technically? Because we need smaller screen, I cannot access it. Okay. Okay, it's kind of like a big job here. One of the first panel that I like to go is to go to risk profile. Like all of you know, a nice starting point. And generally in practice, I'm clicking on a few highest in red. And just kind of, when you're clicking on highest one, you're putting in memory of computer all these concerns. And I like to click also on few lowest one. And doing one little treatment. That's kind of like first soft touch that I like to do, because it will allow me later on to see on zapping function what computer choose where to go, what to do. That's just kind of like to minimize your time for search. It's kind of like first touch and go later on. Just kind of go to this one, close button bottom, this one, this bottom here. Not this one on top. Okay, we have two. One and down is there. I'm using this one. I'm going to test. I'm going to the zapping function. That's kind of like first hint that allowed you to get more deeper information is all these axes here appearing by itself. Okay. That's giving you major area where you need to pay attention. You can come on this panel later on to work on. But just when you're searching the first time, just go there to see first hints. We have an example here, bugs in body. Okay, we have some viruses. Excuse me? No, not yet. Okay, just single, just observe what's going on here. Okay, we have again viruses few times. And okay, that's bugs here, lactose intolerance, very common one. Miasm and so on and so. But what is very important here, start with simple things. Okay, that's kind of, when you're having lactose intolerance, it's not only, quote mark, intolerance. Sometimes we're eating too much milk, or most of the time in Western world, and these mucous membranes getting over-occupied with this mucus, and body cannot absorb, resorb, take this oxygen inside, or nutrition and so on. Just one of common things that I like to take my patients out of lactose in all form and all shape. That's very important to write. Avoid milk products, animal milk products, all shapes, all forms, because they start to sneak. So you didn't tell me for yogurt, you know. Yogurt is not milk for a lot of people. You need to be kind of like very clear there. And to make jokes to remember, I said, okay, well, for you, goat, sheep, and the cow, they are wild animals. Okay, they'll remember. Goat, sheep, and cow. Because people, they trying to always to sneak these ideas, but goat milk is healthy. I said, fine for me, but it's not for you. We need to give a little bit kind of penetration with ideas, and which is very important for them. Few conferences behind, somebody asking about milk, and I give some little picture. So now imagine one cow in farm, living in 2x2 in farm, have a little number of ears and have a little chain around neck, and we feeding her what we like to feed her. She have no chance to choose flowers and grass around. She living in very frustrating small place. Vet doctor coming, sorry for word, raping. Okay, she didn't choose boyfriend. Okay, by instinct, by love. Just happened for her to have baby. Frustrated, fed improperly, squeezed in little place. Now getting a little baby, took baby out of her. Now big dog coming, injection, antibiotics to not get infection. Now because cow is the factory for milk, let's go growth hormone a little bit, just excited to see how much she can do it. You know, she's a good cow. And we have now mess. We have frustrated, toxic hormones in one liquid, white liquid, which you call milk. You know, there's frustration inside. That's physical toxins inside. There are hormones inside. There are, now we're having this on daily basis, hormones, daily, with coffee, with this, with that. And we are surprised what's going on with our glands. What's going with cysts on ovaries. What's going on with cysts in the so-and-so. Because we have hormones on daily basis. Plus chemicals, plus other things. Plus this frustration and then this poor cow there. Okay. It's not anymore cow. It's just poor creature. That's just to give you about the lactose story. Sorry if you like cheese and milk, you know. That's my observation. That's after this panel. I'm bouncing with this big screen now. What I like to see on beginning, this on the research library report, you have this Nelson report. Nelson report is one of, again this access to the data on beginning. And according to this data, you can tailor your therapy later on. Of course, you're having this educational part. Particularly, I like maturity to print out for my patients and underline second sentence, just I will give you for you today, just because it's a fantastic sentence. Because people, they complain. They don't like to grow up. They'd like to excuse themselves and so on. And I underline this in colors, this sentence: maturity is measured by one's ability to see future consequences of today's action. Beautiful sentence. Because we need to grow up, move our pink glasses, and to see world and call by right name and move on. People, they don't like to move it. It's like always complain, always blaming, somebody else is wrong, I'm always right. We need to grow up. I don't like to stop smoking because blah, 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 blah. I don't like sugars because blah, 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 blah. But I have some issues, okay? It's good to give options and to print. And I'm telling my patients, please increase it, make poster for you. Put on your fridge, put on your mirror, put on your door. When you're passing in your house, just to be reminded, because you're not stupid. You just need to be reminded to grow up, okay? On this Nelson report, you're having this Make Nelson medical report. Click there. And that's a beautiful panel that really make me happy from 2001. Why make me happy? Because we access unconscious so deeply and getting point where to go, what to do. Example, for our group of lovely people here, who growing up experiences, I like to share what I'm seeing here. Possible cause of disease, allergies, mental factors, and infections. Okay? When you're seeing allergies, think about 3 steps. Always is a question of reaction and amount what is visible. First step is we have fire, but no smoke. Okay? We reacting on something, but it's not visible. Second step, we have fire with little smoke, little visible. Here is big flame, fire, flame. Okay, in theory, we always think about this last one. We eat something and we burst, we have bloated, skin going crazy or something. That's obvious, everybody knows it. But these two guys, they are sneaky. That's lactose example, for a lot of people, or gluten, or wheat, or color food, or whatever. Now, just stopping us to function properly, but we don't know what. That's for us to search in that direction. Think about these steps. It's not always obvious, but it's on first place. Second one, mental factors I mentioned earlier, something need to be clear out. In book dimension, my daily achievement, when we have these mental factors, we have affirmations. We also have what good happened for me, okay? But also one of important part of brain, which is named a reticular formation, you can find most of the time in skill appearing there. That's part here, in occipital area, a little bit lower. That's part of brain helping us to clear important from non-important. Important from non-important. Now, example, we're sitting here and dust coming on us. We're registering it somehow. Will not kill us, there's dust. But in case of earthquake now, and this lamp will follow you, of course it's important, we need to kind of move out. That's also information. But this part of brain helping us to clear what to do. When we're having mental factors, sometimes we're getting stuck in roundabout. We have too many unnecessary information in our head. And we need to clear out this part, roundabout. Mental factors, we'll go later and I will show you where to go. Tell your patients to write in book. Affirmation. And all things, all good things. What happened for me daily. But powerful thing that you need to tell patient to write. My priority list in my life. Remember this, my. Sometimes we're living lives for others. We have a classical mother story, Doesn't matter. Main point for my kids to be okay. Because they don't like to face themselves. They will be slaves of situation. They're accepting slavery, quote mark, not conscious motherhood. And it doesn't matter. I can suffer, but my kids, they can be okay. I will support them. They will be healthy, happy, whatever. But it doesn't matter for me. Don't ask for me. Okay. Because they forgot self that they're living. They have own life. It's not selfish things to have your life, your priority list. What you will tell your patient to write 7 things, 7 of them, whatever they are. I like to be king of Cyprus. I like to be king of Cyprus. Whatever. That's very private, very intimate things. Okay. And tell them to write. Actually, you can write today your priority list. What is in next 6 months or year important for your life? And try to be clear with yourself. What is these clear things, which is number 1, 2, 3, and 7? 1 is most important. Whatever it is. When it's list clear, few days after conference, write how much time I'm spending consciously, daily, working on each. That's key. You have a list, whatever it is. Now start to write how much time daily, consciously you work on each item. 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours. It doesn't matter. Just be honest with yourself, clear with yourself. Nobody needs to know. And you will see you have a list, very important, but these minutes or hours or seconds somehow doesn't match. With this list, every Monday, reset your time. Steal a few seconds from bottom. This is kind of like most important, let's say 3 seconds, but number 7 is 3 hours. Steal a few seconds and add to number 2, number 1, number 3. A few seconds, few minutes even, doesn't matter, it depends how much you can. But every Monday, try a little bit. What this exercise will help you to keep your focus. It's not a question of you don't know, it's a question of you're working on it or not. Because people, they know, we know what is good, what is bad for us, but somehow we don't figure timing for this. Every Monday, imagine it's like a sailing ship. You will slowly move your sailing ship and start to catch right wind. And you'll sail smoothly, easily, without big effort, because you will give time what is important for you. That exercise is amazing. Who would like to do it so? Because you will use your potentials and you will allow your patient also to discover power of focus and to move on. Because you can do the best therapy for somebody if they're not working on themselves, kind of like a step backward, step forward, step forward, and always kind of like tricky. But if they start to work on these little things, affirmations, daily writing, priority list, little bit nourishment and so on, skier just kind of is like good wind in good sailing boat. What we're having here, limbic system. Limbic system is part of brain, deepest part of brain, where we're memorizing traumas. Limbic is primal brain, and when we are hurt deeply, we're memorizing there. Detoxifying emotions is good things to do, but we need to prepare patients and to encourage them to laugh and pee in the same time. Joke with this. When they're feeling emotionally and crying, joke. Don't take it kind of, oh, I will give my shoulder for crying. Make fun. Let them to release, to be comfortable. Okay, if they like to cry, say, fantastic, you will pee less. Okay, just give them a little bit to laugh through it, to release. Okay, give them comfort zone, trust place. Because when you start to clearing the emotions which they are, let's say, deeply embodied, explain them next. Every single day, from day when we are conceived, is like a little brick in the wall. Every single day, we're building a brick. We're building our wall. In a certain age of our life, or even when we are baby in the womb of our moms, brick twist, because something happened. And we're coming to this world with certain trauma. We have no idea why we have fear from dark or something. Just happened. We have some insecurities, some problems with breathing and so on. But we can search on ski, I will show you later on, how can we search and to see what's going on there. But life goes on. And after your other brick twist. And life goes on, other brick twist. But every single moment, energy going through every single brick. When you're coming to this trauma, energy getting obstacle and penetrating and going around and have difficulties and so on. Somebody telling somebody about war on Balkans. I'm one of this experienced guy. And immediately my brick getting shaken. because it's a brick in my life. But I work consciously on it. I don't get trapped with this bullshit that presenting us we and they. I don't get trapped in this idea, kill them, okay? I know we are all humans. We have our weaknesses and so on. I work on myself to not be trapped in anger. I was angry, but I'm not trapped on it. I heal myself. Because I don't allow this brick to be a guide in my life. Because we need to work on this to smooth these patterns of traumas, which they are emotional or mental. Energetically, with affirmations, with daily exercise, with breathing, with nourishment. I will show you now. Further on. Key on this presentation in swimming pool this morning, we talk about detox. And the key system for detox is lymph. Lymph is like a sewage system in town. Talking about physical or emotional or whatever circulation need to have a flow. Biggest physical toxins for lymph is milk. Simple things. Whatever you're doing detoxifying, somebody said, please avoid milk, any shape, any form, for a while until we pushing things away. Because this milk making our sewage system gluey. We cannot clear toxins away. We tried, but we're just moving toxins from one point to E to point B. Simple. Just remember this. Just kind of, if I draw in picture of what a lymph looks like, to give you an idea, let's imagine this is like some cells, this nucleus and so on and so. We have blood vessels around, but first, drainage system going through the lymph, and from the lymph going in blood system. That means when we start to detoxifying cells, we have kind of options later on, we can show it, but we need to move from here, toxins there. You know, that's kind of a job. But lymph need to be ready to receive these toxins and move away. Lymph need to be liquid, like water, in time of detox. Glues out, sugars out, milks out, and so on. More vegetarian food, more ordinary water, and so on. Further on, lung, large intestine, flow. There's Chinese medicine, classical things. You have explanation in this little notebook how these things works. Always start detox with simple things. Most obvious thing is to give large intestines to be functional, to have stool every day. You ask your patient, when you have stool in the morning, afternoon, do you have is dry or wet or whatever, often and so on. You know, that's stool in the morning is sign of good health. Because time of stool is, time of large intestine, which is energy maximized there, is 7 to 9. And maximum energy is here, just use it to go in toilet and to release toxins away. If you have toxins here, going to lungs, because in Chinese medicine, they're working like seesaw form. If somebody cough, I think immediately was going in large intestine. Because cough is a reflecting situation down. Parasites, most of the time. Parasites in the intestines, and kind of continuous coughing, you know, all the time. We go and checking here, lungs, whatever, fine. But toxins, they are here. They're getting released and provoking upper parts. Dietary deficiency, we know it. Caffeine, we know it. Mental, we know it. Dental area when appearing, think also about tension, not about only dental physically. Tiredness, anger, okay. Brain concern, okay, fine. Digestion, lungs, okay, twice appearing here. Addiction pattern, okay, we know it. Brain a few times. Mercury, we have this presentation this morning, and Alex will talk about this next day, and so on. Affirmation, lovely one. I love, honor, respect my nutritional needs, release any improper inherited genetic tendencies. That's interesting one. What you can do with this one, just to give you a little hint, and because we have 15 minutes to show you panels. All of this you can put in holistic, not holistic. Just I lost word, just a second. All of this, what you find on Nelson report, you can feel it here in whole linguistic therapies. Okay, and put them to work in background all the time. Okay, but just to give you a little bit hint, what you can expand later on. Yesterday, Bala talked about meridians, and after testing, retesting, I can write here also this affirmation, genetical tendencies and so on, and you can check it which meridian resonating with this sentence, particularly genetics. Also, you can write here our main subject today, toxicity. And you can check it and to see what it's all about. I like this panel very much because giving me hints where to go, what to do, and release a flow of energy. In Chinese medicine, health is flow of energy, free flow of energy. We need allowed flow, whatever it is blocking it, toxins, physical, mental, emotional, and so on. Example, I wrote here toxicity and giving me hints where to go, what to do. But look at this one. I write here our concern that we had in Nelson report. Mental factors. Okay, and we can, again, to go to see where we're getting blocked. You can work on each colored item there and do therapies according to your concerns. You can write there any symptoms, any directions, but use unconscious choice first. And you can first open flow and later on detoxify. I just like to show you on detox program, which is very important, a few things. I like to access detox through the risk profile, and I'm clicking toxicity, and go virtual doctor. Just, I'm going to see my main concern there. Entangled areas, we have here bugs, infections, hormones. One of common and very simple things to do when you're having, if you remember, we have at the beginning some bugs, viruses, amoebas, whatever. You know, medical clay. Or bentonite. You can search on internet, you can find very easy in health shops. 1 spoon in 2 deciliter water, mix it, drink it first things in the morning. Powerful drainage of every mucous membranes from top to toe. About 3-4 weeks, fine. With breaks, you can repeat it again. Example, when I go now home, after all these travelings, I will do 7 days detox with clay, just prevention. Because I have different food, different bugs in the plane, different bugs in whatever. Just allow body to clear out. Mucous membranes in intestines, they are first barrier of immune system. That's the reason why is mother milk important. Okay, not cows later on. First information is mother milk for intestines. They are full of bugs, and body start to respond smoothly, nicely, and to start to learn what immunity is. Later on, we're having this
rubbish vaccination and so on. Homotoxicology after treatments, of course, you will pay attention for all of this because my time doesn't allow me to explain everything here, what I have. But this is what I like to explain. Homotoxicology, that's when you're getting this panel, pay attention where toxins are concentrated. Okay, we have here humoral phase and cellular phase. If it's in cellular phase, that's a little bit more difficult to take them out. But first work on this humoral phase, mean they are in liquids, in lymph or blood, or around cell. First work on them. Because if you start to be excited about and start to work on guys who are in deeper level, a little bit messy. Body start to overreact and could be mess. Just step by step, okay. And I like when you have options here, because you have two options here, use the simplest one, excretion. Simple detox. Later on, you can go in degeneration. Next treatment, you will see what's appearing there. Also, observe colors, okay, which telling you about most long-term toxins. When we have kidneys, of course, we need more liquids in body to clear out. But when we stimulate kidney, they need to be wet, not dry. They cannot move. Water is something which is carry information out. Water need to be introduced for patient. The lymph, avoid glues, sugars and milks. If you go into infos, of course, pay attention for heavy metals, toxins, sugar, smoking, they are all. Pay attention for spins. Okay, we have a right spin, left spin, we talked about yesterday a little bit. Left spin is good for us, right spin is not. Right spin keeping things in, that's connection of degeneration, toxicity and so on. Left spin is opening and healing. You can on main matrix write there left spin and word 3, 4 minutes, 10 minutes. Thank you. Xenobiotics. Seeing when you're having these nosodes, mean organic toxins, this one, what I like to observe, mental retention of toxins. That will be my last writing here. Again, we are going in our books. And please remember, this is so powerful and working very well. Mental retention of toxins. Somebody hurt us somehow, situation, people, whatever, and stayed in our unconscious deeply, and we could not forgive. Okay, but we complain about life, and we need to give option for patient to move on. But we need to forgive. I forgive all who have hurt me, consciously or unconsciously in all my life. Generally, I like the sentence to write 10 times per day. I recommend to be written 10 times per day. And I'm using kind of magic number 40 days. What this exercise do, that's unbelievable. When we are stuck in situations, mother, father, family, country, job, whatever, if somebody hurt us and we cannot forgive, we always are dragging this information with us. Doesn't allow ourselves to grow up. It doesn't allow ourselves to achieve our beautiful goals in life because we're dragging this like tail, you know. And so we like to achieve this goal and somebody step on our tail. Where are you going? Go back. Forgiveness will help us to clear out these patterns from past and to put this file suppressed in unconscious, if I use the terminology of computers. Things happening in our lives by purpose, for it to be growing up or not. Or we need to grow up later or not. But with like therapists, we can allow somebody to grow up, to give them tool, pen and paper. I forgive all, very important word, all, who have hurt me consciously or unconsciously. Because sometimes you're getting hurt coming in this world, okay, getting hurt because mother and father fight during pregnancy, you know? We need to forgive them. Unconsciously, consciously in my life, which you will see people who are doing so, and you can start with yourself if you have certain issues, things coming to you. Just keep going. One day when you start to sneak and to think, well, that's stupid, maybe tomorrow I'll write twice. Today I have no time. That's mean you touch point. That's mean you need to work on it. Don't avoid to work with it. If you avoid one day, again from beginning. Because when you're touching unconscious, this moment, body start to rejecting it, a little bit shaking. Just keep through, penetrate. If you like to cry, cry. If you like to pee, pee. That doesn't matter. Just go through it. And you will see how body getting release of these heavy duty patterns from past. Don't judge. Very important in all this process, don't judge. Just observe. Don't judge. We don't know why these things happen. They happened. 1,000 things, 1,000 reasons. Don't judge. But be aware, these things hurt me, situation hurt me, and move on. Because forgiving, we're changing ourselves, not people, person, situations. We're changing how we're seeing the world. If I'm little Igor, like this, 10 years old, and my mom and dad fighting around, I'm seeing the world from this angle. Okay? And somebody did something for me badly. That's how memory stayed. I'm now 54, okay? But still memory is here. What can I do? I need to move out of it and observe this little Igor here, understand bigger picture, what's happening. I forgive all. I forgive myself to being there. I forgive these people who hurt me and move on. Because this file, imagine like a book that is on your floor all the time, and you're trying to walk through your space, and you're stepping on this book, always is on the wrong place. Yeah, I will first observe it, take it, read it, so well, that's not a good one. But I'm aware now, and I'm forgiving, closing book and putting in shell. And move on. I have space now to run, to jump, to roll, whatever I like to do. That's forgiveness. I have a few minutes more, and I'd like to share a few things with you. Physical toxins, Alex, I think, will talk more. Miasm. Okay. Just to go one little briefly thing here. That's one of my craziest part of skill that I like to chase. I'll just kind of for purpose of presentation to put here. That's pattern that you're going unconscious deeply. You know, and some edges appearing there. Okay, that's all these little bricks. They are a little bit twisted. They are not kind of on the right place. Energy doesn't going smoothly through it. Sometimes patients, most of the time, they are not aware about it. But for me, it's kind of just amazing to see gestation week of 15. Okay, or age of 0. That means coming on this world was a tough time. Okay. And body memorize something unconsciously and deeply. In this disease path, you can write your you can write disease type. You can write your concerns, and you're getting more insights. But these therapies do not accelerate on beginning. You can just search to see what is going on there, and to move on. But when you're opening body, opening lymph, opening circulation, patients start to work on this little bit preparations. You can go there and really push 3-5 minutes and things happening. But don't do it in the beginning because it's like putting things from bottom of a well and immediately on surface. It's very deep issues here. Inner self mother. Okay, something, mother issue. I will finish this presentation with one lovely case. I have one lovely guy, a successful businessman, and always some issues, nobody understanding him. We find mother issues, and she said, he's good mother, but she never liked me. Okay, I said, well, what you can do? You know, you cannot change her, but you can help her to be loved. What? How? And he visited me on Cyprus, and we went on the beach, we have a good time, you know, and said, well, just buy this tourist card with donkeys and so on. And just write, Mom, I love you most of my life, or most important person in my life, something like that. You know, and he wrote it, few words. And he's the kind of guy who communicated with SMS, computers, and so on. He said, when your mother received a card from you, maybe when you were a small boy or something, he said, I can remember. And he sent card, and he said, my mom, who is a tough girl, you know, tough lady, never express emotions, she cried like hell. Because this card, I told him when you're writing, send love, unconditional love to your mom. And when we go deeper in this, his healing and so on, he was unexpected kid, you know, happened not expected, you know, and divorce on the beginning of his life, and he growing up searching for love, and mother and father providing material world, and he's now a successful guy, but also searching for this unconditional love. And he now helping, now you can be healer for your mom in this moment that she needs to be accepted, to love you, okay, but you need to love her first. And this little card, writing there that he loved her very much, changing his life to be much happier, to wake up without, I'm alone in the world.